Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're breaking down a really dramatic event that had a ton of investors waking up and asking one simple question. What on earth just happened to my money? So just imagine this for a second. You look at a stock you own, or maybe one you've been watching, and you see its price has plummeted. I'm talking nearly 80%, practically overnight. Well, that's exactly what investors in the multi-commodity exchange, MCX, saw on the morning of January 2nd. It went from around 11,000 rupees all the way down to 2,200. Just wow. So you see that and you think, disaster, right? It looks like a complete and total catastrophe for anyone holding that stock. But, and this is the interesting part, the real story here is actually way more fascinating and a whole lot less scary than a simple market crash. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll tackle that crazy 80% plunge. Then, we're going to decode what a stock split actually is. After that, we'll explain that phantom loss you might have seen in your portfolio. And finally, we'll ask, what happens next? Okay, Section 1, the 80% MCX plunge. The most important thing to get right off the bat is this. This was not a market crash. It wasn't caused by bad news or people panic selling. Nope. This was a planned, totally deliberate move called a stock split. So, what in the world is a stock split? Well, think of it like this. Let's say you have a $20 bill. A stock split is like exchanging that one bill for four $5 bills. You end up with more pieces of paper, right? But the total value in your wallet? It's exactly the same. The company is basically just slicing its ownership pie into smaller, more numerous pieces. All right, Section 2, decoding the stock split. Let's get into the math behind this so-called crash. And don't worry, it's actually super straightforward once you see how it works. Check this out. Before the split, let's say you owned one share. That one share was worth about 11,000 rupees. Simple enough. But after the split, that one share became 5 shares. And the price of each of those shares? Yep, it dropped to 2,200 rupees. So what's your total value? Still 11,000 rupees. Your investment's worth is completely unchanged. It's just packaged differently. Now, this all hinged on something called the record date, which was January 2nd. This date is absolutely crucial. If you owned the stock before that date, you were in on the split. You get the new shares. But if you bought the stock on or after January 2nd, you were just buying it at the new lower price. You weren't part of the split itself. So, Section 3, your portfolio's phantom loss. This brings us to the million-dollar question, the one that probably gave a lot of people a mini heart attack. If my money is all there, why did my portfolio suddenly show a massive 80% loss? Okay, so this phantom loss is really all about a little timing glitch in the system. Here's what happens. On January 2nd, the price of the stock updates instantly. Bam! It's down to the new lower price. But, and this is the key, your new shares, they don't show up right away. It can take a couple of business days for them to actually get credited to your account. So for a short time, your account is showing your old number of shares at the new low price. And that's what creates that scary-looking, but totally fake, loss. So the big takeaway here is, don't panic. You don't need to frantically call your broker. This is a totally normal automated part of the process. The loss you're seeing is completely artificial. It's a ghost in the machine, and it's designed to fix itself and just disappear as soon as those new shares officially land in your account. And now for Section 4, what happens next? So now that we've solved that mystery, let's zoom out and ask the big question. Why do companies even do this? I mean, surely it's not just to give their investors a little scare, right? Well, there are a few key reasons. For one, it increases what's called liquidity. Basically, with more shares floating around, it's just easier for people to buy and sell them. But the biggest reason, really, is affordability. Think about it. An 11,000 rupee price tag is a pretty high barrier for a lot of small retail investors. But 2,200, that's a whole lot more accessible. It opens the door for way more people to own a piece of the company. Now, to make things even more interesting, right when all this was going down, you might have seen some pretty exciting headlines. Morgan Stanley came out with a big upgrade on MCX, and they were projecting a massive 66% upside potential. Sounds amazing, right? But hold on, here's the critical piece of context that a lot of people missed. That price target, the one around 11,135 rupees, that was for the pre-split price. The stock had basically already hit that target before it was divided into 5. So it's really important to understand this was not a new forecast for 66% growth from today's new lower price. And it's also worth remembering the bigger picture here. This stock was already on a tear. In the year leading up to the split, MCX stock had already delivered a massive return. We're talking about 74%. So this whole split happened after a period of really, really strong performance. So, all of this leaves us with one final, really crucial question. The stock is now more affordable, yes, but does that automatically make it a better investment? A stock split makes the price tag smaller, but it doesn't change the fundamental value of the company. Not one bit. It's the same company, just with more shares. So, the real question you have to ask yourself is this. Does a cheaper price to get in the door change how you feel about the business itself? And that is a decision only you can make.